Sammy and I got to travel to Santander in the north of Spain fairly recently, a few weeks ago. We were just looking for the cheapest flights, which also had access to a beach. And Santander just came up the cheapest for us flying from the UK. We were both pleasantly surprised as to what the city actually had to offer. This is just a quick to-do list of all the things that you can get up to in Santander. There's like 2 things on the list that we didn't do, but I'll speak about them anyway because I think it's worth going on your to-do list. This is the moment we've been waiting for. In our year for this. Number 1, Playa del Santander. This is the biggest beach in Santander. If you're looking to find accommodation there, we also stayed in the Santa Mar Hotel, which just happens to be right there, right next to the beach. It's like literally you walk over the road and it's there. Santander Beach was beautiful. We were desperate to get into the sea. Like all year, I don't think neither of us have been swimming in the sea. It was just lovely to catch the last of the back end of the summer and get ourselves in for a swim. Number 2 on your list should be Palacio de la Magdalena, or the Magdalena Palace. Palace was built in the early 1900s and it sits right at the end of the Magdalena peninsula. It's kind of somehow both 2D and 3D, this little statue. It's pretty cool. So if you've gone to the palace, then you've already seen some of the peninsula, but it sits on the Magdalena Peninsula. If you start right at the beginning, on the left-hand side as you enter the peninsula, there is a little road train that you can go on if you wanted to. It'll take you around. We did wonder at first, because everybody was approaching us and trying to offer us tickets, whether or not you can actually walk it, but you can. You don't have to sign up to any of these little transport or tour guidey options. You can just walk around the peninsula yourself, so we did. If you keep to the left-hand side, there's plenty to see there. One of the highlights would be the Parque Marino. So we had little penguins and seals, sea lions. We had no idea that was there. We were just walking to see the palace. But yeah, if you have a look around the peninsula, you've got models of ships and you've got statues and all sorts, and it's just a very pleasant walk around the little coastal peninsula. From the peninsula, we started to make our way towards the cathedral, passing by Playa de la Magdalena, which looked like a fantastic large beach again. We didn't walk on it, but if you are heading to the cathedral, it does make for a very pleasant walk if you're going to go that way. We also passed a marina. So it's a good little walk to the cathedral, but it is a pleasant one. Passing by a marina, and we've passed by nice beaches. This is something that was on my list, but I guess we didn't squeeze it in. I would make the visit though. The building itself looks really incredible, and it's a gallery, so it hosts loads of different exhibits which rotate every so often. It's on a lot of the to-do list for Santander. We didn't do it. We should have done, but I would recommend getting that on your list as well. Number 6. Cathedral de Santander. Now we made it to the cathedral after quite a long walk. It's a good visit. If you're going to be in the city anyway, it's worth checking out the city. Built in the Gothic style, although I think it was extended and changed over time. Do check the opening hours. It was shut when we went, so we didn't get to get a good full tour or anything of the building, but it did look fabulous with the sandstone on the outside. It's still made for some pretty pictures and videos. Just on our way to the park now. She's a windy one. To get to the park, it is a bit of a climber. There's some steps that take you all the way up. It was very windy on the day that we made that ascent. The park itself is very cute. It's full of palm trees and things like that. So it does make you feel like, you know, you're really on holiday. The highlight of this for me is the little beach, the little cove beach, Playa de Molinucos. This little beach is so cute. And the water is so clear, you can go for a swim there. It's lovely. It's got a very casual atmosphere. It's always like it's where the locals go to escape the tourists. I can imagine at peak times in the year, maybe if you come in the summer holidays, it probably does fill up a bit. It's too cute for it to not be like a well-known spot. But we went September, so it was still hot enough to swim, and there were very few people there. So really beautiful little beach. I highly recommend it. That's probably one of our favourite things that we did while we were there. Something that you should definitely explore while you're in Santander is tapas and pinchos specifically. Tapas is something that you get sort of commonly across Spain. Pinchos is a bit more regionally specific to that area. Tapas is like a smaller version of a main that you might have, and it's sort of intended to have a few for sharing. Pinchos is more like a bite-sized food, and it seems to be typically like on a little piece of bread, occasionally accompanied with a little cocktail stick. So it's like one bite. We didn't really explore pinchos that much, and we should have done. So it sounds like there's like bars and restaurants that you can go and you can just literally have a collection of pinchos. So yeah, I would seek out pinchos. It seems like it's something that's quite specific to the region, Basque Country as well. Rabas as well is something that seems to be, I think it's called rabas, which is fried squid, and that seems to be quite a popular thing there as well. Another really lovely little beach is Playa del Comelo, or is it Playa del Comelo? You can also see the Neptune child statue, which is there. Very cute little thing. It's just below there, a little trident sitting on a rock. The beach itself looks really pretty, some flowers and stuff that are sitting on the cliff, which I was filming through. Last thing I want to put on the list is just something very small. It's Mercado del Este, and it was just a little market that we happened upon walking back from the cathedral. This little market just seemed to be a really nice place to go and eat and drink. It seems to have a nice little bustling atmosphere. Yeah, lots of people there for like a late lunch, it looked like. Just to finish off this video, I think there are a few things that you should know before you go to Santander. First of all, you want to brush up on your Spanish. People don't really speak English there, and they can muddle through, just like you can muddle through if you know a little bit of Spanish. But yeah, you need to make a little bit of effort. It's not like where some places in the south of Spain where everybody speaks really fluent English. It's not like that. And you'll want to know a little bit of Spanish, just so that you can try and figure out what's on the menu, what time the restaurants are opening up, when you can sit down, just to actually find this information out, because you will need to ask questions. We found the convenience stores not that convenient. If you're looking for like a little shop to pick up some bits and pieces, you want to get in there early. We were looking around about just shortly before 8 o'clock. The supermercados that were supposed to shut at 9 PM were already shut, so we were rendered without toothpaste and water for one night. So it's just making sure that you're well equipped, you've got everything that you need, and if you do need to hop to the shops, then get yourself well before closing time, because they might just close early. One thing you really want to be aware of are the dining times in Santander, the north of Spain in general. If you're looking for lunch, apparently it's about 2 to 3 o'clock. If you are looking to go out for dinner, it's recommended online somewhere between 9 and 11, which seems so late to me. We got very confused by one particular restaurant which had 3 different floors, and we were sort of being sent to the different floors trying to find food. Turns out we were just too early. 7 PM is too early for food. But yeah, just so you know, because you might walk into restaurants and cafes and be a bit confused because nobody's there to seat you. Those are just some final bits and pieces that I think you should be aware of before you go to Santander. If you are going, you'll have a lovely time. The people are so friendly, they just come up to you and start talking to you. The atmosphere there is just fantastic, especially if you can get the weather. Beaches are lovely, everyone's dressed well and they look beautiful, like it's a very stylish city from what I can tell.